All right, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel, whoever you might be out there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. So as you can see, I have a picture or a screenshot of a video that I'm going to play for you discussing current events, man. Current world events. All right, things that are getting ready to unfold here in the near future. All right, the plans of the elites. Okay, as you can see right here, this is the show Redacted. You have Clayton and Natalie Morris right here. They bring a lot of things to the light, you know, and it has to do with prophecy. And the title of this show, it says WEF at Davos. Now, what that's talking about is the World Economic Forum. All right, a group of these elites, okay, you know, people what they call the Illuminati, the enlightened ones. All right, they're pretty much the wicked scum of the earth. All right, making the decisions for the population, pretty much molding and shaping society to their satanic wishes, man. So they're getting ready to discuss the meeting that they recently had or are still in the midst of having, discussing their plans for the world, man. And it lines up with biblical prophecy because the Bible is the only true book of prophecy, man. Everything that's happening is all written within the scriptures. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and we'll bring out the precepts as we go along.
Media, the mainstream media would love to go there and just hobnob and rub shoulders and, hang out with all of these elites.
They are doing that. They are the hosts of most of these panels.
And doing feature pieces and things like that, like the CNBCs of the world. Like, that's fine. They're not going to do any negative coverage or actual coverage, right? So they've kept away anybody else, like independent media. You're not allowed to get anywhere near this event if you are independent media,
okay.
Which of course is the case. So these globalists come together. This arguably could be one of the most important meetings they've ever had because there's a number of big things on the table right now. First of all, a central bank digital currency, the CBDC, right, where they...
All right, you hear that? The first topic is the central bank digital currency. This is what's being discussed at these meetings, man, by these elites, okay? The wicked of the earth, all right? The elites of Esau, Edom. All right, let's continue on. It's all moving towards the mark of the beast.
Will control all of the money supply. They will tell you that you can't go to the store because you've already been to the store too many times. You've driven your car too many times. Your carbon footprint is too high. They are very close to putting this in place. That's just one of the pieces that they're going to be discussing during this week.
Yes, so, the archetype of Davos, man, is unelected global leader who's making decisions for society at large without having the backing or the choice of the people, right? So these are things that powerful people are choosing for us that we may not choose if we were given the opportunity to vote for them or...
Okay, now you see that? These people, they're making the decisions. They're going to affect your life, man, drastically. All right? So let's go ahead and get a few precepts out real quick. All right, here we have the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. All right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So let's break this down really quick. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, who is the wicked? The wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? The nation of devils who are pretty much controlling the society that you live in. All right? From the things that you see on TV to the laws that are being passed to what they deem is acceptable and what they deem is unacceptable, man. All right? These people are running the earth in wickedness, as the scriptures say. It's been given to them by Yahweh Basham Shai. All right? For a time period. Okay? And their time of ruling is almost over. You see, the Israelites are waking up to the fact that they are the chosen people of the Most High. All right, this devil is being exposed as the son of perdition. Okay, Everything they say is found out to be a lie and nefarious. They're being exposed for the devils that they truly are, man. And everybody in the world is seeing it. All right. So this is marking the end of their rulership, man. And knowing that their rulership is coming to an end, they finna just turn up, man. You see, they finna go out swinging. And part of that swinging is totally controlling the population, man, and putting a central bank digital currency at the forefront and linking it to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID micro CHIP, man. Okay. It's not the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians who are making these laws. Who do you see running these forums, man? Who do you see running these meetings? That's right, man. The so-called white man, Esau Edom. Because he is the wicked. All right, here we have the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, woe, that means destruction. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. We just read in Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, showing you who the wicked is. Who are the ones that are pulling the strings, man? Who are the ones that are making these new laws? Bringing in central bank digital currencies, doing away with the cash. All right, it's these damn devils, man. These crackers, man. Okay, the Edomites, as the scriptures say, that's their biblical nationality. Okay, they're not white. That's not a nationality. All right, they are the Edomites, whom the Lord hates. Okay, and they hate you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. All right, and they have the power in their hand to make these things happen, and they're practicing it. Okay. But at the end of the day, we understand that it's not going to be fully brought to fruition. The Lord's going to eventually shut that shit down. All right. And that's in the scriptures as well. But we'll get to that. Let's go back to the clip.
Put them in power. So the program overview for this year's Davos, I spent the afternoon looking through it and thinking, well, what are they really talking about? I admit I'm going to go through this with a little bit of cynicism, but I feel like the last couple of years gives me license to do that. So let's just kind of put on our cynical hats. And if you feel less cynical than me when I present these and you think, well, that's probably benevolent, that's okay. You're free to say that too. But let's just see. Okay? Let's see. What do you think about that?
I think that's great. And by the way, yes, Rebel News is there trying to get in. I don't know if they've, I'll check in with them to see what they've been able to get there. But, they're certainly rabble rousers. And so I can't imagine that they're going to be able to get up close and get access. They're going to try to get attendance on their way in and out if they can get access. It'll be interesting to see how their credentials work to get into this area. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so Salaki, I want to make a quick point. All right. Now, we just read Job 9:24. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And look at this, man. It's a spirit. What do you see right here in this picture, in this thumbnail? You see this bald-headed cracker, Klaus Schwab, all right? He's the, pretty much the puppet that they put in the head of this World Economic Forum that's making all these laws, right? Klaus Schwab, all right? And as you can see, these red-ass Edomite hands are holding what? They have a globe in their hand. And it says control right there. Because that's exactly what they want. They want complete control of the people. All right, because they think that they are God. All right. And that's in the scriptures as well. Let's prove that. All right, we have the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. We'll start here. And it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that falling away is talking about the Israelites falling away from their heritage. That's already happened. Okay. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that word perdition goes into destruction. And Esau Edom is the one who fits this description right here. He is the man of sin. Everything that this devil brings forth, in the world is opposed to the laws, the statutes and commandments, and the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He is that man of sin. Okay, they tell you that 2 men can get married, 2 women can get married. A man can change his gender. A woman can change her gender. You can have relations with animals. Okay, you can eat all kind of manner of abominable foods. All these things are clearly against the Bible, man. He is that man of sin, because sin, as it tells you in 1 John 3 and 4, is transgression of the law. And that's all Esau does. And that's all he pushes is transgression of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's laws. So he is that man of sin, and he spreads that sin throughout the entire earth with his so-called democracy and whatnot. But anyway, let's go to the next verse. And it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And that's his whole mindset, man. He is a God complex. And in all actuality, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the lowest of the low. The scriptures call him the basest of men. Okay? He's the most vile, disgusting, nation on the planet, man. Who the Lord's going to destroy? That's why he's the son of perdition. All right, he's going to be destroyed. And all he does is destroy. Okay? But anyway, that's who Esau is, man. That's how he thinks. And you can clearly see that with these Davos meetings held by the World Economic Forum and also other elite guests. Okay, they make decisions on how the hell they're going to try to control us.
Let's dive into these forms.
Okay, so let's just look at the program overview. They say, this is a critical Davos because the world is at a critical inflection point. The twin triggers, they're calling it, of the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine rattled an already brittle global system. Economic growth in the world's largest economies is stalling while navigating headwinds from rising food and energy crisis. Now, my issue with this statement is that it implies that these things are just happening to us, as if no humans made decisions about these things happening. Even if COVID is a naturally occurring virus, the global response was, I think we can agree, disproportionate and run by the attendees of this conference. Largely, that's putting it nicely. That's giving them the benefit of the doubt. The climate in Ukraine, well, we're going to talk about how they talk about this one, as if none of them have any responsibility at all there. So let's go over what they think. Now, there are plenty of climate conferences, business decisions with climate in mind, nuclear energy, all kinds of, energy companies talking about this. They're not calling this a new world order, but I identify what I might think is a new term for this. Tell me if you think this sounds like a rebranding of New World Order. De-globalization or re-globalization?
That's their panel name, deglobalization or reglobalization.
Like, has globalization broken down to the point where we can no longer, count on ketchup bottles or beer or whatever in the grocery store? Or is this just a re-globalization? Like, the New World Order, basically, right? Is that what you read into that?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Interesting. And look at these panelists.
Okay, and just in case you don't know what they're talking about, the NWO, as they just, stated, is Esau's plan of domination, man. All right, pretty much enslaving the population, especially you Israelites, man, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. They will love nothing more than to have you in complete control and complete utter slavery. That's their plans for you. So those of you that say God bless America, and those of you that think that you could be friends with these damn devils, you have no idea what you're talking about. All right, the prophets have been warning you, starting with the elder apostles from Great Millstone on down. This man is the enemy. He's everyone's enemy, even to his own self. He's completely destroying the earth and all the systems that the Lord has set in place, man. All right, you will have no freedom under their NWO. All right, you won't be able to do anything privately. Okay, every transaction tracked. All right, your every location is going to be tracked because of the MOTB, which is the RFID micro CHIP that they want to have in everybody in society. Okay, you won't be able to buy or sell without it, man. That's their plan. That's going to be the crown for their NWO is implementing that MOTB. Okay, and a lot of people are going to take it, but the elect are going to reject it. All right, the elect will reject the MOTB. But let's continue on.
Ian Bremmer,
of
course.
Alex Jones, a huge apology.
Who does?
Yeah.
Me?
We all.
Yeah. And how do you re-globalize the world? Well, information control is obviously very important. So just like last year, there are a ton of panels on disinformation and misinformation, like this one here. Clear and present danger of misinformation. Public speakers by the New York Times Yes, I really want to know what they think about misinformation. U.S. House of Foreign Affairs Congressman Seth Moulton. Interesting. So many American companies and U.S. participants on this panel. I wonder if they will address the fact that the U.S. exports disinformation. In fact, we know that from the Gattaca report that came out at the end of last summer. We know that Central Command was perpetuating disinformation campaigns in Arab-speaking countries.
All right, and that's a term that they like to use a lot, especially in these last days, the disinformation term, okay? And pretty much what that is a word that they came up with to pretty much demonize those who are exposing their ass, man. Anything that you say that exposes their plots and their plans, all right, anything that uncovers their lies, they label it as disinformation, and they're going to criminalize it. All right. That's what they're working on, criminalizing those who are exposing them, man. That's going to bring forth the famine of the word, because the prophets are the ones who are mainly exposing these devils through the Bible, through the scriptures. Let's get a precept on that real quick. All right. Here we have Amos 8 and 11. All right. A very important scripture to know, because we're in the time of this happening. Amos 8 and 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of the hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai." So what does that mean exactly? That means there's going to come a time where the Lord's going to shut up his prophets, man. The minute you see making these videos, exposing the truth unto you through the scriptures, all right, exposing the plots of these devils, okay, there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to find videos, all right, of the prophets telling you what's going on. It's going to be completely lights out on the truth, man. That's what time is coming, because they're going to criminalize those who speak against them. That's how this devil plays the game, man. All right, because truth is devil's kryptonite. You see, and guess who's the truth? Yahushua, man. And he comes in the volume of the book, man. He is the word of the Most High. So they're really, trying to put a cap on this truth, but it's really the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua doing it. So get this understanding while you still can. All right.
And what if you don't want to participate in the type of information that they want you to, and you may be more disinformation leaning, maybe you're guilty of wrongthink. Well, this panel gives me a clue to what they might do if they think that you are involved in disinformation. Notice here, go ahead and put it up on the screen, calling Disrupting Distrust. Does anything jump out at you? One panelist jumped out at me as extremely upsetting because why, I ask you?
Sarah Goss.
Why would MasterCard be participating in a panel about disinformation? Why should our money and our banking system be connected to disinformation? Well, we don't have to guess because we lived through the year 2022. We saw it happen in Canada to truckers. Right. Who had their bank accounts seized for protesting vaccine mandates. We saw PayPal change policies to say that they can now fine you from disinformation. So I don't like that at all. A banking company getting on board with a disinformation panel. And what if Go ahead.
I was going to say that sets it up for what they've been talking about. Like if you commit a crime or if you owe on your taxes, that they can just go right into your account and either like pause it, freeze it, and make it so you can do nothing. You cannot exist in society without your money unless you've paid the fees that you owe the government.
All right, you hear that? You hear that? MasterCard is one of the guests at this World Economic Forum. All right. It's showing you, man, that they're linking this money, the central bank digital currency, up to their wicked NWO, man. So if you speak out against them, they can shut your money off, man. They can just turn your CHIP off. You see, totally eradicating you from their society, man. Unable to make any kind of a purchase in the store. You see, that's the kind of control that this damn devil wants, man. All right? And they're going to attempt to do it, too. They're going to get it off the ground, but it's not going to be there for long before the Lord shuts it down. But this is what's coming, man. And it's all in the scriptures. It's all in the Bible. And the true men of the Lord are telling you this, man. starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, because you got other groups that are not warning the flock of what's happening, man. It's getting ready to go down, man. All right? Life as you know it is getting ready to change for the worse. But it's really actually for the best of Israel. I mean, for Israel, because we know that once they do this shit, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, gonna step in, all right, and utterly throw it down and establish the righteous kingdom, man. Okay? The new world order in righteousness. That's what's coming after this one is thrown down. So let me get a quick scripture on this, since they're talking about not being able to buy or sell unless you play ball. All right, I'm gonna start with this one right here. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, starting in verse 20. It says, "For the terrible one is brought to naught." That means he's brought to nothing. And the terrible one being Esau, Edom. All right. "And the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare or a trap, okay, for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught." So what does that mean? All right, that means the Lord gonna destroy this man. All right, being Esau, Edom, he fits this description right here, who makes a man an offender for a word, man. So because you speak the truth, you're using words of the Bible to expose this man. He's gonna make that an offense in his society, to the point where he can put you in prison, maybe even put you to death. You know, but we're talking about the monetary system right now. They're gonna be able to turn off your money for what you say online. You see, they already done this. People speaking out against the how should I say this? The juice that everybody took. Those who are speaking out against it, all right, they got penalized for it, man. All right, PayPal was a part of it. You see, it's all moving towards complete control, man. They don't want you to say anything about what they're doing. They don't want you to expose them. But as the prophets, as the men of the Lord, that's our job to expose them. So they finna come after us the hardest, man. And we're spiritually preparing for this, man. The Lord gonna justify us no matter what they try to, no matter what charges they try to put on us, man. I got a precept on that real quick. Hold on. All right, here we have the book of Romans, chapter 8. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna start at verse 30. So the book of Romans, chapter 8, starting at verse 30, says this. Okay, it's talking about the elect. It says, "Moreover," matter of fact, I'll start at verse 29. All right, Romans 8:29. "For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son," all right, Yahweh Shai, "that he might be the firstborn among many brethren." And those brethren are the elect, man. "Moreover, whom he did predestinate," that means he already preordained these specific souls, these specific men, to be the heirs of salvation, man, to be saved, right? "Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified." So them accusing us is only going to be for a testimony of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You see? Because he's going to justify us. They're going to know that he exists when he justifies us, man, and glorifies us in their eyes, man. He's going to be ultimately glorified, okay, and doing all that. Verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? Okay? See, Yahweh, he's the big boss, man. And his son Yahweh Shai, you see, he's speaking on our behalf. So whatever these fucking devils say, it don't matter at the end of the day, man, because they're not justified, man. The Lord hates these devils, man, as it tells you in Romans 9:13. So whose side do you think the Most High and his only begotten son are going to be on, man? The men who are speaking uprightly, speaking the truth, glorifying their names, man. So though they try to demonize us for it, what does it say right here? Let's see, it says, let's go to verse 32. It says, "He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?" All right, here's the point right here I want to make. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High, all right, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, that justifieth. He gonna justify us, man. When the whole world is coming up against us, demonizing us, all right, when Esau tries to make it a crime to speak this truth and to read this word, the Lord gonna justify us, man. Okay? There's going to be many miraculous works done in the days that we're coming into. All right. There's accounts where, the Lord sent angels to release Peter, the apostle Peter, from prison, man. This is the time we're coming into, man. Acts 2.0, man. So we don't need to be afraid of speaking this word, man. The ones who need to be afraid are these damn devils and these false prophets who aren't exposing Esau. Telling you that the so-called white man isn't the devil. Telling you that Esau isn't the so-called white man. All this stuff, man. Telling you that the MOTB isn't the RFID micro CHIP. They're not going to be justified because they're not speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, truth and sincerity. You see? So don't be afraid to speak, what the Lord has commanded you to speak. Yeah, I'm going to do a part 2 to this, Lord willing. I'm going to play a little bit more, and I got, one more precept, and we'll close it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's up. And that, Rebel News, I should point out, is Canadian. And so that's one of the reasons why they're there, because so many of these policies have adversely affected Canadians this past year, or in 2022. By the way, I should point out, Rebel News tried to get some answers from BlackRock, went to their tent, tried to get some answers, and they were kicked out. They're like, they're not allowed to go in the event. They're like on a perimeter, and they got kicked out. They're like, no, this is not an open event. You need to get out of here. So they tried to get some answers. Good for them, but they've been kicked out left and right.
Now, what if you are guilty of wrongthink, but you don't say anything online? You don't participate in what they would call disinformation. Can they still know? Maybe they can if this panel has its way. Ready for brain transparency?
Yes, I've been waiting for brain transparency.
This is a real Davos panel,
of
you
course,
guys.
I'm sure Elon Musk would be a part of the promise of neurotechnology to improve lives and gain insight into the human brain. How that's growing.
And also, secondly, second topic in descending order, how can we uphold data and privacy and personal freedom? Yes, we want into your brain. We'll give you some privacy, though, and freedom.
Yeah, you can go do what you want, but you're just going to be thinking about, must go get booster.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so I'm going to end this video around this point. I might do a part 2, Lord willing. But you see what they're getting into, man. They're even bringing up the topic of the brain CHIP, man, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, matter of fact, let's go ahead and prove that really quick. All right, here we have it right here. Right in the Bible, man. The famous book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What is that talking about, man? All right. The word for mark right there is charagma, and that's a physical mark. It's talking about a physical implantation. It's not spiritual. It's not an idea. It's an actual physical thing they want to put inside of your body. That's what the mark of the beast is. Okay. And do you not see what they're bringing forth, man? They already have hundreds and thousands of people that already have this MOTB, man. They already have CHIPs in their hand and other parts of their body. All right. Go look up the company called Foursquare Marketing. I believe it's in Wisconsin. We've covered that topic, quite a few times. All right. Because it's already here, man. We're just waiting for them to make it mandatory. And that's on the verge of happening. OK, it could be in the year 2023. We'll see. So, yeah, man, it's right here, man. Let's go to the next verse. And that no man might buy or sell. All right. That means you won't be able to participate in the economy whatsoever. All right. Save he or except he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So that's what's going on right now, man. You will not be able to, live a normal life unless you play ball with these fucking devils, man. And if you speak out against them, they can turn your money off. All right. You just be an outcast of society, man, left to starve. But we understand that the men of the Lord, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel, all right, those who have been serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua, truth and sincerity, those who have believed on Yahweh Shai, all right, they're going to be taken care of, man. We're not going to need to take this CHIP. The Lord's going to work a miracle for us, man. And we're going to eat, as it tells you in Isaiah 65 and 13. But I'm going to end this video right here showing you that, the Bible is the only true book of prophecy, man. And the real men of the Lord have been telling you this starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down. So get ready, man. It's going to be very interesting in the next coming months and weeks, man. So I'm ending right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. That will honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball, enduring to the end. Shalom.